Hello, I'm Hildra Tague. Come join me in my classroom life. We're going to have humor, ideas, inspiration for anyone, whether it's teachers or parents, anyone who cares about the well-being of children. Sometimes we'll even have infamous sayings of these my children, like the famous sayings books. Our motto for this channel is, we cheer them up when they need us, we cheer them on when they don't. Today's piece is very dear to my heart. It's about childhood fear. We should all take advantage of the month of October, as well as any time of year, to deal with childhood fear. We often don't notice. So make Halloween more than a scare and a snack. Halloween provides a golden opportunity to discuss the subject of fear with your child. This not only develops needed concepts on a positive level, but also avoids post-Halloween heebie-jeebies, which often last far longer than anyone would ever dream. Fear is one of the most vital issues of childhood. Yet it falls under the shadow of misinformation, lump-in-the-throat assumptions, and countless other underdeveloped concepts and uncertainties. Childhood fear is often dealt with by telling children not to be afraid, when discussion of a larger sort, especially including listening, is called for. Telling a child, don't be afraid, there's no reason to be afraid, puts a lid on much needed discussion. Fear is a feeling and should never be called wrong, but rather dealt with respect and frank discussion. Bringing the topic up offers a child the opportunity to air their concerns and do some much needed reality testing under the supervision of a caring adult, rather than amongst not so well informed peers, as is often the case. The trick-or-treating crowd. Concepts to develop include real versus not real, like monsters, electrical storms, tornadoes, scary television shows, and possible versus not possible. Ghosts getting me, or the chance of falling while running. It is vital to differentiate between fear and danger, because sometimes children can't make that distinction alone. Next, a parent might even want to talk with a child that there are good fears that help us, valid, and bad fears that don't help us. Healthy fears such as being cautious in traffic and fire prevention, they're important because they're part of becoming more mature and responsible. Yet fear of the dark is among the less healthy fears and can be reduced to a more manageable size by talking about the benefits of darkness when trying to sleep. Darkness in nature and ways to manage in darkness, like a flashlight or a nightlight. Time spent on assuring a child it's okay to have fears is well invested. Sharing one of your own fears and how you coped can be a fine model. Do be careful not to pass along any of your unresolved fears, as they could prove too much of a burden for a young mind. Financial worries, possibility of divorce, health concerns, etc. Those things can be too much to tell your child. Halloween provides appropriate and controlled experiences for children to deal with fears in a positive, supportive, and even enjoyable atmosphere. Do encourage the fantasy side of dressing up for Halloween, as opposed to the macho, I must be scary feeling often caught from the media or peers or the marketplace. Costume time is a perfect moment to make your statement as a parent against violence. Setting limits regarding the amount of violence portrayed in the costume is an accompanying act that is quite in order. Remember, youngsters are sometimes trying on roles at the same time they're trying on costumes. Assure your youngster that he or she can discuss fears with you openly without any chance of ridicule. Many children would not dare mention their worst fears and hold them in their hearts or act them out in the desperate move toward resolution. They will, however, respond eagerly to an adult willing to talk to them without putting them down. Just being listened to with understanding and respect is often significant in the reduction of irrational fears. We all know from our own lives being listened to helps make any problem a bit smaller. Here lies a good chance to teach your child not to believe in something just because somebody tells it as the truth. Here's the opportunity to talk about being cautious with strangers and even not believing everything that your friends say. For example, reiterating not to believe in the spook next door who tries to scare them beyond reason can provide good protection against being picked up by strangers or taken in or frightened by jokes and pranks often done by their own acquaintances, not just on Halloween. Deal with fear as a changeable opinion, open to change rather than an insurmountable fact. Ways to deal with fear should be explored. The peer who tries to scare your child the most might be pointed out as trying to scare off his own fears by scaring others. When we help a child to know what is real and not real, we show an effective way of dealing with fear. Finding fact. Taking precautions is another way of dealing with fears caused by danger. Bringing the fears out in the open and going over choices of coping strategies, thus bringing about confidence and a more relaxed approach to future fears. Boo! Booing needs to be clarified as make-believe fear play. Little spooks sometimes scare not each other only, but themselves as well when they boo. Give your child the facts so he or she can deal effectively with whatever fears might arrive in their young lives. The attitudes that are formed in childhood can last a lifetime. Take this chance to help your child see that we can manage our fears. Fears don't have to control us. This might be a good Halloween to have more than a scare and a snack. Use this chance to help your child learn that fears can be discussed and can be manageable. After all, little spooks deserve to have more fun than fear on Halloween. I wish you all the best in dealing with childhood fears in the children that you love and care for. Don't forget to subscribe because we have lots more chuckles, ideas, inspiration from over 40 years of my classroom life. Till next time, shine those children until they learn to shine themselves. Bye-bye.